We have new leaks of the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus, because yeah, I said Plus, not Pro. It looks like Jony Ive's departure from Apple has been something that's been working for a bit, and Intel and Microsoft don't seem to be getting along, as AMD might be stepping up. I'm Jaime Rivera, and greetings from Kyoto, because you can't blame me for being in Japan and not indulging myself, though that's the smallest closet known to mankind. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with deals if you're in the market for a Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Well, you know that the Note 10 is coming up. We've actually got some rumors that we're going to cover very soon at the end of the show. But the thing about it is the Note 9 is currently just $499 on eBay. You can find it for $550 at B&H, and you will be finding more and more deals for the Note 9. This continues to be one of my favorite phones, expected after the Buzz video coming soon as, I think it's due. Now, let's talk about Apple and its strategy for the Mac Pro and the China ban, and I'll explain in a bit why this matches, because, well, we've seen companies moving their production away from China for obvious reasons. We've even seen Foxconn's CEO, for some weird reasons, asking Apple, you know what, we should move production to Taiwan. Thing about it is Apple has just sort of made it official that manufacturing for the Mac Pro is not going to happen in the United States, which is sad. Definitely, this was great that Apple was manufacturing the Mac Pro in the United States, but no, now it's moving production to Quanta, China, because apparently certain materials for the components and everything would be more, I guess, less expensive to manufacture in China. But it's just rather interesting. I mean, we're in the middle of a trade war, and we've got companies moving production away, and Apple is actually starting a new lineup in China. So yeah. And since we're talking about China, let's move the spotlight over to the future of LCD displays and on-display fingerprint scanners. MWC Shanghai is currently happening, and BOE has just announced that they've figured out a way to get in-display fingerprint scanners to work on LCDs. In the past, this was currently a limitation for hardware, and you notice that right now you only find them on OLED displays. So yeah, LCDs. And if you're asking why not just make the shift to OLEDs? The thing about it is LCDs are still a huge chunk of the market. 1.45 billion smartphones last year alone, 85% of them had LCDs. So definitely LCDs are not going away, not anytime soon, and they're actually getting better and better. They're more power efficient in certain cases. So yeah, it seems that this is coming here. Now let's talk about Microsoft and Intel and AMD, and let me explain to you why, because this is, I know, weird. AMD has become famous for its GPUs, not necessarily for its processors, and that's been the thing for years, decades. Usually Intel has always been a step up when it came to processors. The thing about it is that hasn't been the case for the last couple of years. We've seen Intel struggling in being able to give us a 10 nanometer chip at a time when ARM processors are already killing it. So the thing about it is we hear that the next generation of Surface laptops and tablets is going to come with AMD Picasso processors, not Intel. And we also hear that Microsoft is already working hard with Qualcomm on taking the always connected PC to another level with some Project Excalibur that it's designing in-house but being built by Qualcomm. So wow, yeah, this is very interesting because it does show that ARM is, getting better than ever. And also, I'm glad to see AMD back in the processor game in a better way. So let's just see when we get these products. And let's continue talking about Jony Ive and the news that we covered yesterday over the fact that he is stepping down as Apple's Chief Design Officer and starting his own company. The thing about it is, let's remember that name, Chief Design Officer, because according to certain reports, the company has already scaled back and had already begun scaling back responsibilities from Jony Ive since 2015 when he was named Chief Design Officer, and it was mainly because he was burned out. He claimed that ever since the Apple Watch, that took a huge toll on him, that he was tired, and it came to the point where the company had already begun working on his successors, which were already named, and they were already scaling back responsibilities up to the point where Jony Ive went to Apple campus probably twice a week. Sometimes he went to London constantly. Sometimes meetings with his design team happened in hotels. And so yeah, this was something that was coming, meaning I guess that this is Cupertino's way of telling us that we shouldn't worry about the future of Apple products because it had been something that had already begun. But people are just going to use the Mac Pro stand as a way to criticize Apple and be worried about this. And finally, the hottest news today has to do with the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Not Pro, Plus. We've been covering reports that there are 4 Galaxy Note variants that are coming. We've covered rumors of 5G. Now we see that there is a Plus variant. And this is rather interesting because we hadn't seen this before. We've got images leaked of the screen turning on, showing the Plus. We see the back, and the back doesn't really look any different to any other Galaxy Note 10. And as it turns out, we're actually assuming that because we hear rumors that one is 5G and one is not, it could just be that this Plus is the standard variant and then the Pro is going to be the 5G variant. Whatever the case may be, let us know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think that it's a good idea for us to have so many variants of the Galaxy Note 10? Or do you think that this is a smart approach? Because in my case, I think it's smart. I think that a lot of companies, particularly Samsung, experimented with 3 variants of the Galaxy S10, so why not 3 variants of the Galaxy Note 10 if that's its flagship for the fall that fights with Apple's XS Max or 11s Max? I think it's a good strategy, but let us know what you think in the comments down below. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to both our channels, English and Spanish, for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social media as our extended coverage happens on Instagram. And sure, you can also follow me in case you want to see some photos of me testing phones out here in Kyoto. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.